If you find this segment informative, please click the thumbs up button and subscribe to stay updated with our latest news, and share this broadcast to your friends and family. Your support helps us keep you informed. Help us get our first 10,000 subscribers. Your engagement matters. Liking, sharing, and subscribing to our content not only helps more people discover the important stories we bring you, but also supports our team's hard work. It boosts our visibility in the algorithm, making it easier for others to find ways to stay informed. Thank you for being part of our community.
Good morning, Davao, Mindanao, North, South, East, and West. This is your newscaster, Elijah Hill Cacho. And before we get started, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to this channel for more content like this. For the headlines, the weather forecast. Rainy conditions is expected across the Philippines today. And the local news, ex-DBM SEC calls for transparency over missing bike cam report. SPMC intensifies leprosy awareness. Nograles advocates comprehensive plan to solve traffic woes. DMSF condemns bullying, calls for respect. National news. Marcos to China. Halt aggression in WPS in exchange for removal of US-made missiles. Dengue cases in Bacolod increases by 29%. International news. People on Kash Patel's so-called enemies list taking drastic steps for protection before his potential FBI takeover. Trump's Guantanamo migrant plan evokes a dark history. Entertainment news. Harvey Weinstein begs judge to move April sex crimes trials date sooner over detention condition. The story of how Meryl Streep, advocate of home during the LA wildfire, is harrowing. Sports news. Champions League drama. Manchester City claw back to advance to knockout round playoffs. 18-year-old prodigy Andre Kimi Antonelli passes drive test week before Formula One debut. Featured stories. Record-breaking wildfires devastated Los Angeles. Philippines implements stricter guidelines for tourism amid rising visitor numbers. Trivia of the day. The first Filipino state governor. For the weather forecast, rainy condition is expected across the Philippines today. On Wednesday, January 29, 2025, the Philippines is anticipated to experience widespread rainfall due to the prevailing La Nina conditions. The Philippines Atmospheric, Geophysical, and Astronomical Service Administrator, also known as PAG-ASA, forecasts above normal rainfall for the first quarter of 2025. In Davao City, expect morning showers followed by a cloudy, humid condition. The high will be around 83 Fahrenheit or 28 degrees Celsius with a low of 22 degrees Celsius. A moderate general flood advisory is in effect for Davao del Sur until 5:10 p.m. Filipino time. Residents nationwide should prepare for increased rainfall and potential localized flooding. Stay updated with the local weather advisory and take necessary precautions. Local news. Ex-DBM SEC calls for transparency over missing bike cam report. Former Budget Secretary Wendell Avisado called for transparency over blanks in the bicameral report that finalized the 2025 General Appropriation Act GAA. Representative Isidro Ongab questioned how 28 blank items in the report were filed in the GAA and plans to challenge its validity in the Supreme Court. President Marcos and the Department of Budget and Management, or the DBM, denied discrepancies, asserting the GAA's completeness and legality. Acting House Appropriation Chair Stella Kimbo dismissed the criticism as political motivated, emphasizing the budget's integrity. The 6.32 trillion pesos GAA remains publicly accessible, but question about legislative process persists. SPMC intensified leprosy awareness. The Southern Philippines Medical Center, or the SPMC, is intensifying leprosy awareness efforts for the World Leprosy Day. In 2024, 35 new cases were reported with patients from Davao City, Davao del Sur, and nearby provinces. Leprosy is curable with free multi-drug therapy from the World Health Organization. Doctors stress that the transmission is linked to immunity, not hygiene, and that 95% of people are naturally immune. Once treatment begins, patients are no longer contagious. Early symptoms include numb, white, or dark patches. SPMC, with support from the City Health Office, urges early detection and treatment to prevent complication and stigma. Nograles advocates comprehensive plan to solve traffic woes. Former Davao City lawmaker Attorney Carlo Nograles highlighted the traffic congestion as a sign of progress and proposed innovative solution to address it. Speaking to 3rd District residents, he emphasized reducing travel needs through digital infrastructure and hybrid work setups. Nograles proposed a digital superhighway to support remote jobs and urged the local government to digitalize service, minimizing the trip to city centers. He also advocated for modern work models like work from home to ease peak hour congestions and improve work-life balance. As a Civil Service Commission chair, he implemented flexible working arrangement in the government offices, showcasing a proactive approach to traffic management. DMSF condemns bullying, calls for respect. The Davao Medical School Foundation Incorporated, or the DMSF, strongly condemned bullying and disrespect toward its students, emphasizing that such behavior contradicts its values of respect and integrity. This comes after the Davao-based vlogger allegedly made racist remarks about an Indian individual. The vlogger defended the content as comedy, admitting the humor sometimes crosses the line. The MSF urged the public to foster positive instead of harm. Their statement aligns with the Anti-Bullying Act of 2013, which mandates the schools to prevent bullying and allows legal action to serve cases, reinforcing the importance and respect in the online-offline interaction. National news. Marcos to China halt aggression in WPS in exchange for removal of United States-made missiles. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. urged China to stop its aggressive action in the West Philippine Sea in exchange for removing United States-made Typhoon missiles from the Philippines. Speaking after the airport inauguration on January 30, he demanded and end the harassment of Filipino fishermen and maritime confrontations. China previously called for the withdrawal of these missiles, warning of an arms race. Marcos dismissed China's concern, highlighting their far superior missiles capabilities. Meanwhile, tensions continue as the Philippine Coast Guard monitors Chinese vessels, including the massive monster ship. Near Zambales, both nations maintain conflicting territorial claims in the Southeast South China Sea. Dengue cases in Bacolod increased by 29%. Dengue cases in Bacolod City rose by 29% from January 12 to 18, 2025, with 40 cases reported, up from 31 in 2024. No facilities were recorded, and Barangay Volument and the most cases, followed by Mandalag 5 and Tungob 4. City Health Office Dr. Grace Tan warned that dengue spreads through mosquito bites and can cause dehydration, low blood pressure, and shock. She urged residents to follow the Department of Health's 4S program: destroy breeding sites, use protective clothing and repellent, seek early treatment, and support fogging efforts to curb the mosquitoes' population. International news. People on Kash Patel's so-called enemies list taking drastic steps for protection before his potential FBI takeover. A person on Kash Patel's corrupt actors list is relocating their family, fearing Patel's could weaponize the FBI if confirmed as director. The list, published in Patel's 2023 book Governor Gangsters, named over 50 officials accused of being part of the deep state. Some individuals on the list are taking security measures, including hiding assets, firing retributions. Patel's spokesperson dismissed this concern, saying he would enforce the law. Democrats have criticized Patel's alleged enemies list, comparing it to secret police tactics, while Republicans largely support him. Patel assured some lawmakers he won't target political opponents if confirmed. Trump's Guantanamo migrant plan evokes a dark history. The United States naval base at Guantanamo Bay may soon play a key role in President Trump's immigration crackdown. While known for its high security prison, the base also houses the migrant detention facility. Trump has ordered preparation for the 30,000 person facility there, aiming to address space shortages and reinforce his tough stance on immigration. The base, historically used for Haitian and Cuban migrants, has faced allegations for poor conditions and restricted asylum access. Despite criticism, and Biden administration also considered using it for heightened migration process last year. The expansion highlights Trump's efforts to deter migration and fulfill campaign promises. Entertainment news. Harvey Weinstein begs judge to move April sex crime trial date sooner over detention condition. Harvey Weinstein pleaded with a judge to move up his April 15 trial date, citing medieval conditions at Rikers Island. Speaking from a wheelchair, he claimed he might not survive until April and called Rikers a stain on New York. Judge Curtis Farber expressed empathy but cited scheduling conflicts, though he may consider moving the trial up a week. Winston faces charges from two indictments, including first-degree criminal sexual act and third-degree rape. His 2020 conviction was overturned, but he remains jailed due to a separate 2022 conviction. His attorney argued for better treatment, citing his poor health. The story of how Marilyn Streep evacuated her home during the LA wildfire is harrowing. Marilyn Streep had to cut through the fence to escape her home after a fallen tree blocked her driveway during the Los Angeles wildfire. Her nephew, A.B. Streep, revealed she borrowed wire cutters from a neighbor and drove through their yard to evacuate. The Palisades and Eaton fires, the most destructive in LA history, damaged over 16,200 structures and killed 29 people. Filmmaker Joseph Kindred lost his home and footage of Nipsey Hussle, while Martin Short faced evacuation delays. And his son's house was destroyed. Officials continue to assessing the devastation left by the catastrophic fires. Sports news. Champions League drama. Manchester City claw back to the advance to knockout round playoffs. Manchester City staged a dramatic comeback, scoring 3 second-half goals and beat Club Brugge from 3-1 and scored a UEFA Champions League knockout round spot. Brugge's Rafael Onyedika opened the scoring before Matthew Kavovic equalized in the 53rd minute. A Joel Odernez own goal gave City the lead. The substitute Savano sealed the win in the 77th minute. Pep Guardiola praised the team's resilience, noting Brugge's strong defense. City will face either Bayern Munich or the Real Madrid in the next round. Guardiola hopes to have a key players back for the crucial matches in 2 weeks. An 18-year-old prodigy, Andre Kimi Antonelli, passes drive test weeks before Formula One debut. Andre Kimi Antonelli, Mercedes' new F1 driver, passes driving tests just weeks before the Formula One debut at the Australian Grand Prix. The 18-year-old replaced Lewis Hamilton, who moved to Ferrari. Previously, F1 drivers needed to validate a valid driver's license, but regulations changed last year, allowing Antonelli to compete earlier than that. He made his first practice debut at the Italian Grand Prix, but crashed after setting the fast lap. Antonelli will begin pre-season testing with George Russell and Burrian on February 26. Mercedes hopes that's improved on its disappointing 2024 season, where it finished 4th in the Constructors' Championship. Featured stories. Record-breaking wildfires devastated Los Angeles. Palisades and Eaton fires have become the most destructive wildfires in Los Angeles history, leaving thousands displaced and causing widespread devastation. Over 16,200 structures have been damaged or destroyed, with the death of total reaching 29. Residents, including celebrities like Martin Short, Marilyn Streep, face life-threatening evacuations. Some filmmaker Joe Lenz lost irreplaceable possessions. Firefighters continue to battle flares up, and officials access to the full extent of the damage. As California recovers, experts warn the increased wildfire risk due to the climate change, urging stronger disaster preparedness and stricter environmental policies to prevent future catastrophes. In the Philippines, they implement stricter guidelines for tourism amid rising visitor numbers. The Philippines has introduced a stricter regulation for its tourism sector as the country experienced a surge of international visitors. The new guidelines include enhanced environmental protection protocols and visitor caps for popular destinations, and increased fines for violations. The Department of Tourism has emphasized the sustainable tourism practice to preserve the natural beauty of the country's iconic locations like Boracay, Palawan, and Bohol. This measures aims to balance economic growth with ecological preservation. As the Philippines continues to be one of the top travel destinations in the Southeast Asia, local communities and stakeholders are encouraged to work together for longer sustainability. Trivia of the day. First Filipino state governor. Have you ever heard of Benjamin Cayetano, the first Filipino state governor in Hawaii? Serving from 1994 to 2002. Cayetano made history as a trailblazer for Filipino in U.S. politics. Born to immigrant parents from the Philippines, his race to governor was a significant milestone for the Filipino-American community. During his 2 terms, Cayetano focused on education, healthcare, and affordable housing, advocating for policies that benefit all Hawaiians. His leadership inspired many Filipino-Americans to pursue political careers, leaving a lasting legacy in both Hawaii and Filipino-American history. Cayetano's story remains a symbol of perseverance and representation. That is all for our news today. Thank you so much for subscribing to this channel. Don't forget to like, comment down below if you have any suggestions. Once again, this is your newscaster Elijah Hill Cacho. Good morning, Davao.
If you find this segment informative, please click the thumbs up button and subscribe to stay updated with our latest news, and share this broadcast to your friends and family. Your support helps us keep you informed. Help us get our first 10,000 subscribers. Your engagement matters. Liking, sharing, and subscribing to our content not only helps more people discover the important stories we bring you, but also supports our team's hard work. It boosts our visibility in the algorithm, making it easier for others to find ways to stay informed. Thank you for being part of our community.